Hello everyone, I am the Dragon King. Welcome to Dragon King 72 Media LLC on YouTube, Dragon King 72 Media LLC on Instagram, Dragon King 72 Media LLC on TikTok, and Dragon King 72 Media LLC on X, formerly known as Twitter. If you've read the caption, you know where I'm starting, where I'm going, and where I'm going to end. Let's get right into it. We all know, we've heard about the tragic deaths of a lot of our black youth, black adults. And as I mentioned in a previous video, in the last year and a half, there's been about 20 suicides or alleged suicides, because the investigations were absolutely ridiculous. They had deemed 20 black people, youth and others, who hung themselves in the last year and a half. It was deemed suicide immediately. Most of them were done without an investigation. And if that's not suspect, I don't know what is. Also, we keep hearing about a lot of black male youth that are dying. And if you ask me, that is the whole plan, to get rid of the black male youth so you won't have any black men to defend their women, their children, and what have you. And so with that in mind, I wanted to talk about Nolan Xavier Wells. We know about the young man. He lost his life on July 4th down on Horn Island off of the Mississippi coastline. And there's been speculation about a lot of things. A lot of things have been deemed suspicious. Well, today or yesterday, Ben Crump had got the results from the second autopsy, the independent autopsy, and it had showed that there was a bruise on the back of his neck. His throat was removed, and that his stomach was removed. Now, I don't know all the specifics of how that works, but I assume with the second autopsy, because they did the first one, they said it was an accident, which we all know in our guts, hearts, and minds and souls that it is not. You would think that they would have, included those body parts with the second autopsy, especially when they had to go to Washington, D.C. To get a independent autopsy. Why would you not, have those body parts available for the independent second autopsy? Like, why would you not? Why would you withhold that? That makes no fucking sense at all. And the back of the neck, there was a bruise on the back of the neck. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where that's going as far as, was it through blunt force or something else? I don't know. We're still waiting on, those things to come through. But in regards to removing the throat and the stomach, if what the Mississippi sheriff in Cold Springs and if the state of Mississippi, if they were trying to create this narrative that maybe he had drugs and alcohol in the system, because they were creating that narrative. And by the way, there's some white friend who was talking to, I believe he was having a conversation with Officer Tatum, saying how well he knew Nolan, but never really met his parents and things like that. And they were drinking alcohol. They're setting up the narrative to defend those three so-called white friends of his that left him for dead. And yes, I said it. So what you have is they're setting these stories up, these narratives up, to go against all the facts that the second autopsy and a thorough investigation is actually going to, those results, they're trying to go against those results, if I'm making myself clear. By having this narrative, oh yeah, they drink all the time, we would always go there and drink, yada, 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 yada. And so they're trying to put obstacles in the way of what the truth really is, and that the truth will come out. So why would you remove the throat and the stomach and not have that available for the second independent autopsy? Because if you were trying to prove, like I said, where what with the state and the sheriff down there were trying to prove that there may have been some intoxication of beverages, maybe some other substance, why would you not have that available for the second independent autopsy? Because they can see what you saw. They can discover what you discovered, unless you were fucking trying to cover up something. Because otherwise it makes no fucking sense that you would sit there and not have those things available. And this was just news that but the blunt, the wound behind the neck is what is really what the issue is, because how did that come about? They don't know how it came about. They're going to speculate how it came about, and I just feel like this whole thing is a cover-up. I'm not an independent journalist, so you can't come after me for nothing. You can't. I mean, I'm an independent opinion, independent thinker, independent sayer. But as far as you trying to come for me, you can sue, you can do whatever. Defamation of character, my ass. We in the new age. We in the new age where unless you got your ducks in a row, unless you got to sue me, I'm talking money, I'm talking legal representation, you have no way of suing me, because I'm just voicing my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Alleged. All the things. But we know in our heart of hearts that he was killed. They killed him. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna tell it like it is. There's some type of cover up. There's some type of cover up, and this goes into the stories about, why is it that when white people are around us, cookouts, and y'all need to stop giving white people pass to the cookouts, because ain't no more of that. Ain't no more passes to the cookout. I don't give a fuck how good you can dance, how you talk, how you can rap. Ain't no more for no more white folks. Ain't no more cookouts. We gonna put cookouts for white people, male and female. I don't give a fuck. It's gonna be on hold for a decade. How about that? How about we do that? That's what we need to focus on. Cookouts for white people are going to be on hold for a decade. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just think that when white people are around us, they're safe. In terms of hanging out with us. Now, is that the case 95% of the time? Yeah, that's the case 95% of the time. There's always elements where the white boy is just, he ain't involved with the streets, just like and the shit that go on, just like his black friends. So, but in terms of just being safe, they're always safe with us. We being safe with them, not so much. You know what I'm saying? This is why I'm glad I don't have no children, because I wouldn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But I want to hear more about the whole boat situation. Somebody had something about the GPS showed that the boat went to the island twice, or something to that effect. So I'm trying to figure out what it was. Either went to the island twice or went to the home of the young boy whose stepmother is a judge. I heard something to that effect. Let me know if I'm on the right path with that. Somebody in the comments. But yeah, I don't believe that none of this is not it's not a cover up. I believe it's a cover up from day one. Like somebody is really out here trying to. It's like an open war. We're being hunted down. Black youth, black men, black women, black trans. We're being hunted down, and y'all and these celebrities out here. Y'all can sit here and like these Instagram posts about Nolan Xavier Wells situation, but what are y'all doing about it? Are y'all publicly out there saying, "Hey, we need to get to the facts. Like, what is this all about?" You hear people like Don Lemon, of course, talking about it. D.L. Hughley talking about it, of course. You don't hear a lot of other folks talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else is talking. Are y'all that concerned with y'all fucking bag that y'all don't see what's going on around us with all these people dying? Colin Kaepernick, the man risked his whole career on bringing accountability. When it came to black lives being unalived, and he's still doing it. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't even actively in an NFL team, but he's active in other ways that's make a difference in our in the black culture in our society. But all you other celebrities, what the fuck are y'all doing? Are y'all donating to Nolan Wells' family? What exactly is going on now? You ain't gotta necessarily report how much money you giving to nobody, but if you can't do that, if you don't want to do that, do something. Somebody say something. You celebrities, you black celebrities, you want our black dollars, but when they out here killing us, you know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't nowhere to be found. Y'all ain't nowhere to fucking be found. You want our black dollars to go see your movies, go see your productions, go see your black centric stories on film and television. But when it comes to this shit with Nolan, Xavier Wells, and all the other 20 black people that allegedly killed themselves, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe none of that. And let's talk about the fucking the coroner. You know what I'm saying? The city coroner, the county coroner. Every last she's dead. There had been multiple suicides allegedly, because I don't believe none of it. And she's deemed every last one of them. She's deemed every last one of them, a suicide. You know what I'm saying? Without really doing an actual investigation. You know, in this case with Xavier Nolan Wells, she deemed that it was an accident. No. But I'm still trying to figure out why in the hell would you remove somebody's throat and somebody's stomach? I mean, because that is, that's where you can find all the information. You know what I'm saying? As far as, if there was alleged, drugs or alcohol. And where's that bitch, the white girl that he stayed back to talk to? Why isn't she why they say she's cooperating? I want more than that. I want a fucking interview on fucking somebody call her. Are you fucking big time, people with all these platforms? Call her ass. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Get her account. She done talking to the police. They ain't arrested nobody. They ain't found. Nobody's been, charged with anything. It's fucking crazy. If this was the other way around, they would have already charged the three white boys. If the three black boys, if it was a white boy, he had lost his life, especially down in Mississippi. And another thing, everybody want to curtail and scoot and boot around Mississippi is racist. The whole fucking state is racist. It is a very racist state. Ain't none of this, Mississippi has had his problems, like Whoopi Goldberg said. No, Mississippi is racist. Let's just stop this bullshit right now. That whole fucking state is full. It's a racist state. Like Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Missouri. Let's see who else. Arizona, all the fucking rest of them, Florida. You know what I'm saying? All that all that is the belly of racism. The belly of racism. And we want to walk over curtail. No, let's just go and say what it is. Let's just go and say what it is. And I'm just sick of it. And I'm going to leave on this note, or not. Maybe it might be another one. But I need black people, particularly in areas where it's not as many of you all, get your fucking firearms. Get your fucking firearms. Get your fucking firearms. Get your fucking firearms. I'm telling you, get your fucking firearms. I don't understand why y'all ain't got none. Get your fucking firearms. Y'all need them firearms, is all I'm telling y'all. Get those fucking firearms, please. You black women who always by yourself, or you with around people you don't fucking know, get your fucking firearms. Be careful. Have some intuition. Use some discernment. My black gays, LGBTQI+, Get your fucking firearms. Enough is enough out here. Y'all think people are, yeah, I mean, what is it? Get your fucking firearms. That's all. We just, y'all need to learn that. You're gonna have to learn that to get your firearms. Because clearly there is hunting season on black folks. It always has been. You know? It always has been. Oh yeah, South Carolina, North Carolina, yes, West Virginia, Virginia, Georgia. I was gonna get around to them eventually. And other places, Colorado, the Dakotas. You know what I'm saying? It's very few places where you can fucking live. And not experience racism, because it's every fucking where. But y'all better get y'all fucking firearms. You better get your fucking firearms. The next trip you make, the next consumer purchase you make, for you ladies, hopefully it's a 38. If you've never been, if you've never handled a firearm, it's a whole process you go to. You take a fake one home with you. You know what I'm saying? You can get used to the body weight. You can get used to handling it. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that it's with you. Get that whole thing down. We're going to go in a second, babe. It's my dog. We're going to go in a second. But that's what y'all need to do. Yeah. And I keep telling a lot of my female friends, get your firearm. All my gay friends, you know what I'm saying? Get your fucking firearm. You black trans women, get your firearm. I'm telling you. But black people, it is they hunting us down, and Donald Trump, his administration, they all but giving them the green light to go out and do this, because you see nothing that's happening to them. They're not going to jail for the proper time. They're not going to jail. It's horrible out here. It is absolutely horrible out here. And it ain't just the white folks. Asian people, yes, I said it, sorry, you don't like it. With recent situations where Asians have killed black men out here, black people. The boycott is, that's great, but I haven't been anywhere, Asian centric. Restaurants, stores, in about maybe a month and a half. Something to that effect. I'm talking in my neighborhood. I'm not talking online, because you don't know what the fuck is going on online. It's the online trails is unless you got the time, that's gonna be it'll probably be worth it. You know what I'm saying, to know where your money going, but that'll be a very kind of lengthy process. But knowing that you've got an Asian store, you've got an Asian restaurant, or some other clothing store, something like that, beauty supply store, knowing that they are Asian and you not going in there anymore, it's effective. Online is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because all the dots, can connect longer than you may have. So, but yeah, that's what's going on. So that's it for me. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. And I make all type of videos for people to get involved in. It might be a political video one day, the next day it might be entertainment, the next day it might be a movie, the next day it might be some local where I'm living at. So it's everything. The videos I make are current, funny, intelligent, and related to media. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got, it's like a big menu on my channel. You pick what you want to hear about, what you want to know about, whatever. But anyway, black people, time to wake the fuck up. Time to exercise your Second Amendment. And it's really just time for you to understand that your life is just as important as anybody else. And